Dirty Honey EP. That is Rolling Sevens, Dirty Honey. Chris's new fave.
They are my favorite band right now, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cool.
So play that ID, dude. I just love the ID. It's so funny because I was texting back and forth with Mark all week. And, he's like, at the end of the interview, I did the interview on Wednesday. And at the end of the interview, I was like, hey, can you do an ID for the show? And he goes, yeah, well, let me just do it when I'm in a quiet spot. Cause he's like outside when he did the interview or something. He's like, I'll just do it with my iPhone and I'll send it to you. And I just thought it would be like, hey, it's Mark and you're listening to the Classic Metal Show. Dude, this idea is great. I know it's only like 5 seconds long, but it's just fucking cool that he took the extra effort to make a cool ID for, our dumb show.
All right. Well, here's the new Dirty Honey ID.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mark from Dirty Honey, and you're rocking with the Classic Metal Show. So don't miss me when I'm gone.
There you are.
And he probably did that in the van as they're driving to the next city or whatever. And the guys are probably looking at him like, what are you doing, you fucking knothead?
Oh, he does that for everybody.
He might. He might very well. I don't know, but I'll have to see.
You're special or something. He just does that for everyone. It's like Paul Stanley telling Eddie Trunk he's like the super fan and his friend, and then he won't talk to him when he sees him next time.
We don't need cold whiskey. We need cold gin.
You're listening to Eddie Trunk Show, a rock warrior and a good friend of mine. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Who's that douchebag?
Who? I don't speak to no Eddie Trunk. People. Eddie Trunk doesn't exist, people. Well, we got an email, I guess, praising me and you indirectly based on the guests that we've had in the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
Would you like to hear this?
Should I play the begging for email bumper?
Yeah, you could if you want to. I haven't played that in a while.
Yeah. Some begging for email.
Because I actually have 2 from this guy, so maybe we will do a begging for email segment.
All right, here we go.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
All right.
That whole old AOL, you've got mail.
You've got mail, I know. And when we put it out, that was not old. That was like probably modern.
Yeah.
Too funny. Well, this email comes from John, I'm going to say Smith because I can't pronounce this last name, but it's like 13 letters long.
Okay. And he writes.
Thanks to you guys, I have become a big fan of Jericho Green. So there is the indirect love for Mr. Neely.
Mm-hmm.
Brought Jericho to the show.
Right.
I really enjoyed the interview you guys did with him, so I went and checked out his channel on YouTube and love a few videos that I have seen so far. I love that you guys have different topics on your show other than just music. If it wasn't for your show, I would most likely not know what is going on in this country. Well, dude, you got to change that. If you're getting all your news about what's happening from us, you're not reaching far enough. I will say that. Thanks again for another great episode last week. And I am also now a fan of Dirty Honey. There's the Chris one. I do check out the things you guys recommend, like bands, movies, and documentaries. That's from John.
Okay, John.
Yeah. So what do you think of that?
Well, the way that I look at this show, and we've said it before, is that, if you look at our Spreaker, it can give you our demographics.
Right.
And our demo is right in our age range.
Sure.
So a lot of people who do listen to the show have the same concerns, same viewpoints, same interests that you and I share, whether it's, our dating or marriage or music or politics or comedy or whatever it is. It's just like we have that all in common because we came from that same era.
Right.
And the thing is that unfortunately, just due to life in general, work, family, home, responsibilities, all that kind of stuff, most people don't have the luxury to pay attention
Right.
to what's going on out there. I mean, obviously, being that you work from home, you have the opportunity through the day while you're doing your work to look at other things.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And the same way with me. I mean, when I get home, I mean, I'm here in my palace by myself, and it's just like, yeah, I can explore anything I want.
Right. Sure.
Which I do, and that's that's how I fill out my evening through the day, through at the end of the day, and I can, check out various things that, obviously I bring up probably a majority of the subject material to the show.
Oh yeah.
And, people, yeah, I get that, or yeah, I heard that, or I relate to that, or yeah, they're right about that, or, oh, I hate them fucking guys. That's not my thoughts.
Right. Sure.
So it's diverse. It's kind of what we do. It's got a little bit of an attitude to what we do. And that's where we're at this point.
Absolutely. And it's fun now. I think for a little while there, maybe a year and a half ago, I'll say, maybe a little less, but at least a year ago, I think we were a little heavy on societal shit. I think we were doing like an opening segment and then 5 hours of Confederate flag or whatever it was. I think we were very leaning toward that. But I think lately we found a pretty good balance. I think last 6 months or so, we found a pretty good balance of, some music stuff, some politics, some, bullshit that's going on, just societal bullshit stuff. But it's really kind of split off a little bit to where it's much more, you really don't know. And we don't know. We do not know, quite honestly, what's going to happen from segment to segment. And I'll give you a perfect example that happened, about 10 minutes ago. There was no real thought that Bob was going to come on for an hour and a half.
Not at all.
You were ready to do a topic when the phone rang.
Yeah.
and then we did an hour and a half with Bob. The show goes wherever the show goes. And I think that's like really one of the cooler features about this thing is it might not play so well for the fans because I know sometimes the fans don't like the topic and then it's a long sit through. But since the bulk of our fans are podcast listening fans, they may not listen to it today or tomorrow or 3 months from now. They might hear an episode, from a year ago today. And then they're just like, holy shit, that's fucking cool, or wow, what a cool thought, or boy, what a dumb segment or whatever. But, my point is that overall, the way people consume podcasts or what we do, segments or whatever, is universal now. It fits better because we do so many different topics. You can't label the show. And I think that's one of the reasons that the show has grown so much is because it just refuses now to be labeled in any way.
Yeah.
It's not political. It's not a music show. It's not a societal show. It deals with all of it,
mm-hmm.
And it doesn't, as much as people, I guess, seem to be upset on some level about some of the shit that we do, we never cower. Whether it's talking about racial shit in honesty or in joking and humor that you're not allowed to do anymore, or whether it's, interviewing a pedophile last week or a sexual predator or whatever last week,
right?
Whatever it is, we never fucking bend over backwards to fucking be nice, or to do the pleasant thing. And I honestly think it's weird because both of us hate society. I think that's pretty clear. Both me and you hate society. But you know what the sad part is? If society was to somehow fix itself, we would be obsolete.
You're right about that.